These days, it's not uncommon for landowners to get a card in the mail asking them to consider a wind or solar lease. But is green energy really green? John Phipps takes a shot at answering that question in this week's Customer Support.
From Wayne Linsmeyer in Auburndale, Wisconsin. One question keeps coming to mind when everyone keeps talking about green energy such as solar and wind. What is the true cost of manufacturing these green energies, byproducts and waste? Are they truly green? I'm all for the idea, just wish they would explain it better. Oh, Wayne, this is a question with no good, clear answer. Scientists have tried to examine the entire energy production system, including manufacturing, etc., to see how each type of energy ranks. Other scientists then dispute the results. For example, recently researchers at the University of Wisconsin took another look at ethanol, which I thought we were all tired of arguing about. They found it wasn't as good for the environment as we have originally thought. In fact, it's worse than fossil fuels. So why can't scientists agree? First, they have to figure out what is the criteria we're going to keep score by. Fewer carbon emissions, energy efficiency, cost, etc. There are several shades of green, so to speak, depending on what yardstick is used. Second, how big do you draw the circle around the system itself? The UW scientists added in extra corn acres farmers planted due to the higher prices from the mandate. Third, there are hundreds of assumptions and estimates buried in all the comparisons because some factors just aren't known or can even be measured exactly. Do we assume wind intensity from historical trends or current data, for instance? Fourth, these computations have to make projections of the future, like interest rates or human patterns of consumption of energy. Finally, every factor is influenced by every other factor in a constantly changing environment. This means sophisticated and enormous computer models about which we all have our own opinions. Above all, regardless of the accuracy of any comparison, the politics and economics of energy production override meticulous research. If a researcher works for a particular industry, they can carefully line up the variables to arrive at more desirable results. The result is, like you, many of us wonder about claims of greenness or comparisons. But for what it's worth, most calculations show renewable sources like wind, solar, and hydro are much greener than fossil fuels even after all possible ancillary costs.
Use your smartphone to access this official response to that study via QR code. The Department of Energy's Argonne National Laboratory has reviewed the research and found what they call are some major flaws in its modeling and assumptions. They've even written a rebuttal or two. As John said, scientists don't always agree. Up next, a battle in the Bronx as Joey Chestnut goes head-to-head with some animal activists while chasing the hot dog world record.